Hello, it's Philip Taylor from Richmond Green Chambers speaking. I'm looking at Michael Cook's book, Cook on Costs 2010. It's the new edition from LexisNexis. We've done a review here on Flickr, which is fairly detailed, and it's available on the internet websites and will be in some of the journals. My wife and I have looked at this book, and we've given it the title, The Landscape of Modern Legal Costs: How to Keep Up with the Dizzying Pace of Change. And what we're saying is this: legal services, what do they cost? What should they cost? How are costs determined? Where do you go for authoritative, well-informed, reliable advice? And the answer is, come to Michael Cook's book, because whether you're a solicitor, a barrister, judge or cost draftsman, your first port of call really should be this book, because it's really for most professionals, and I've certainly used it. I actually used this in a recent Court of Appeal matter, so I find it extremely useful. And it also was rather good because I had the most recent edition, and there's some good comments in the recent edition about current developments. Michael Cook, of course, is known to many people. Ex-judge, he's been known for his expertise in this area, and obviously therefore it's something we can rely on. It's up-to-date, authoritative and easily accessible as a work, and it focuses on the practical aspects of costs, and there are some very useful comments that he makes, which I'm sure many people will find helpful. I do as a practitioner, because it's written in a clear, straightforward way of explanation, and he examines every aspect of remuneration of both solicitors and barristers for the work done. He looks at things like the entitlement and quantification of contentious and non-contentious legal business brilliantly in our view, and obviously it includes costs between the parties and of course family costs. The book has tended to grow as the subject matter does. There are also of course very useful verbatim extracts from landmark costs judgments, and they're all the relevant statutes and things which you can see right at the front. There's a very useful detailed appendix at the back, and of course the book is actually structured in chapter headings, which is helpful. The Law Society president, Michael Napier, puts it succinctly when he says the funding of litigation, whether the case can be funded and who pays what to whom at the end, has become a new and essential skill for litigators everywhere, and he's absolutely right. We got this book first in 1991, and I remember looking at it at the time thinking it was a great help to us, and of course it's become an annual publication since, because it does steer us through the costs maze very effectively. And Napier adds that due to the dizzying pace of change, hence our title, obviously it's now a reference work that needs to be published yearly. I mean, for example, you've got a classic of the Supreme Court now being called the Senior Court, and it's something we're just catching up with in some areas, so there we are. I think it's an invaluable work of reference across the profession, and it gives a great deal, and what I particularly like is Michael Cook's great sense of descriptive humour, which always comes through. I think of particular interest during these fraught times remains the lengthy detailed chapter on conditional fees, and we're going to await some changes on that clearly in this 2010 election year. The law's stated as at the 1st of November 2009, so it's going to cover us for this period. And with the modern landscape of costs, Cook has kept pace, as I say, with the dizzying change, and we're all grateful to him for his wisdom and keen understanding of this perplexing aftermath of litigation. It's obviously something that many clients don't necessarily understand too well, but it's very, very important. So thank you very much, Michael Cook and LexisNexis. Bye-bye.